And you know, to be honest, I guarantee now, when people look at Darren, they kind of think the same thing of me. I used to get called out by everybody under the sun back in the day because they used to say, they look at my fights and they used to think, oh, he's garbage, he's shit. Because, you know, even if there is bad blood, after the fight, you know, you share a few words with your opponent and you have a chat. And some of them have told me, yeah, you know, to be honest, we looked at your tapes and we called you out. Like Rashad Evans, classic example. He's like, yeah, we looked at your tape. We thought, man, this guy's weak. He's useless. He said, but you were a whole different animal to deal with when you get in there. And that's the same thing with Darren Till, because I think they're looking now and seeing that he's lost a few recently, but he has still got a tremendous amount of hype, tremendous amount of star power. And if you fight Darren Till, it's probably going to be a main event, if not a co-main event on a pay-per-view. And so he's thinking, okay, I can come back. I can get redemption against Bisping. I can be a top middleweight contender and somebody that he thinks he can pick off with ease.
Is that something that ever pissed you off, that like people would try to make a name off you? Because you're right about that assessment. People looked at you and you, I mean, I guess for a little while, I don't want to say gatekeeper because it wasn't the right thing, but you were a star that like if you beat Bisping, you were sort of right there and you were the guy and you had a few tough losses that were number one contender, number two matches. So did that ever piss you off or sort of bug you? Or do you remember any time in particular that you were like, that guy fucking really disrespected me and I have to... I mean, obviously the Jorge Rivera fight, but that wasn't necessarily him overlooking you.
Nah. You know, you can't really get... If they talk about your skills, it doesn't matter. You know, if they you know, berate your skill set, so to speak, you know, you can't get offended by that. That's what they're supposed to do as a fighter. They're supposed to think that they're better than you. But Rockhold versus Darren Till, I mean, that would be good. Because listen, Darren, as we know, friend of the show, been on here many times. In fact, let's talk about this. This is fucking hilarious, Lewis. You're going to love this one. You know, we spoke about Raw Dog. Raw Dog is the thing that Darren Till is doing right now, right? You've seen that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And remember last week I was messaging the Darren Till store as opposed to Darren Till. And then he came on and he said, no, Mike, you've been messaging the store. You fucking daft con lads. You've been fucking messaging the Darren Till store. Anyway, I get some messages last week off the Darren Till store, right? And Darren will get a laugh out of this. They're like, oh, Mike, what's your address? And all the rest of it. I'm like, all right, very kind. They're going to send me a couple of pieces. And then he goes, and then they obviously put a tweet. Sorry, Darren, I'm not throwing you under a bus. It's the little gobshite that fucking works for you. I'm going to slap this guy when I catch up with him, right? He puts a picture on Instagram story, tagging me on it and tagging someone else. And then he puts the picture in my messenger and goes, Mick has reposted it, Mike, but you haven't. Or just that. So I go, well, I haven't seen it for one. I don't spend every minute of my life looking for Instagram stories from you. And then he comes back with, well, 121 people were tagged in that photo, but you're telling me you didn't see it?
What?
I'm like, what the fuck, you little shit?
So he's mad that you didn't share it in your stories. Like, click the share on my story button.
Share our products on your page. You were tagged in it. What are you doing? 121 people were tagged. So I go, one, haven't been on my phone all afternoon. Been busy, you cheeky cunt. Two, none of your business. And then three, Darren sound as fuck, but I have no idea who you are. So jog the fuck on. And then he comes back. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know who you are.
Jog the fuck on. I like that.
Darren's great. He's awesome. Darren can talk all the shit he wants. But some random faceless guy, some young kid of the council estate that's packaging up his fucking T-shirts.
This is Darren's Harrington is talking shit to the count right now.
Darren's Harrington is talking a lot of shit. And I'm like, no. Let's just fucking get some fucking, you know, let's figure this out right now. Darren Till, have a word with you, Harrington, please.